Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel. Thanks for joining me today back here in Misty Marsh. I hope you're doing all right. We are in our honey badger enclosure again today. Going to be probably not finishing it today, but hopefully getting a fair way along the process. I've got to remember this edge here is a little bit dodgy at the moment, isn't it? Definitely need to do something there. I don't mind this edge because this, that's a nice glass panel, that's fine, but at the moment the honey badgers could just leap out. And obviously I need something along here. But yeah, we'll get to that. Look, people are coming up here and having a look around, so that's good. So last episode we put this back area in and we put a pizza place over here to try and encourage people to come in. So that's going to need a bit of covering up. Just trying to remember what I did with this one here. Is this the rustic piece? No, dry stone. Yeah, let's go with the same kind of look, I think, over here. I think that makes sense. So I don't know when this episode's going out. I'm probably going to put it out on Monday, and I apologise because it's probably going to be the only episode that I get out this week. I've had a busy weekend, and I've got a very busy week as well. So my usual Saturday and Sunday recordings, I'm doing this one on Sunday, but I didn't get one done yesterday because I had family round, and Tuesday I have a doctor's appointment, so I probably won't get any recording done then either. So yeah, sorry, life just gets in the way, doesn't it? I wish it didn't, but yeah, it's just one of those things. I will put a little message up as well on my channel if I can remember to do that, to kind of explain that too. There we go, that looks nice, doesn't it? Let's just have a look at the roof here. And if you put one of them on, yeah, it gives it that top as well, which I think works nicely. Cool, and then I used this, didn't I? I liked this. I liked how this looked. If you do a bit of snapping. So I had it like this, didn't I? And it made quite a nice little topping piece for this. Yeah, the worktop is what I'm trying to say. There we go. I think that looks quite nice. Ooh, what have we got going on up here? Should that be one higher? Is that why? Yes, the graphics are corrupting because that should have been one higher. Okay, good. Right, now let's come in here and get our mossy rocks. Let's get rid of our snapping. Right, I don't want this completely covering the rock, but I do want it to look kind of a little bit lost in here, you know, like so. And then I think up the side here as well needs a little something. Something like that. Now, this is quite a big thing. I'm just wondering if I should put a pizza place on here, a pizza sign, if any of these are appropriate. I mean, that's basically what I want, isn't it? I think actually that one looks kind of cool. Let's do that one, and then I'll just come out here. Let's just see if I can, yeah, there we go. Let's just turn that. There we go, a little pizza pen. Nice. Good, okay, now let's come into here and let's have a look at some picnic benches. I like the round ones because I just feel like they work better. Maybe one over there. I don't want it to look too crowded, so just a few. Give people room to walk through there. And then I do wonder if I can fit any benches along the back there. Maybe there. I'll just try and squeeze one or two in. I do find it annoying that these have to be snapped like they are. I assume they do anyway. I don't think there's any options for not snapping them to the edge. Right. Okay, and then let's just see if I can come in here and just uncover it enough. That one looks fine. Let's just sink that one back. There we go. Oh no, hang on, and possibly that one just a tiny bit. Okay, so we've got some benches. We've got picnic benches. Do I want bins? Of course I do. There you go. We'll just get a bin there and maybe a bin over there. No? Oh, hello. Let's try that again. Actually, do I want any canopies? Yeah, I think I probably do. Maybe just one. Yeah, because there'll be a whole load of foliage around here as well, which I'll get to. Actually, to be honest, these back bits of rock, I probably won't put too much foliage on these. I will. Actually, let's do that now. Let's have a look. So the obvious bit of foliage that I'm actually thinking of, which I haven't used for a while, is this one. If I do this, because actually I think this will make quite a nice little backdrop. Why is that? Is that because it's so close to the edge? I think it is. I might have to use slightly smaller pieces there. But see, this actually just sunken in like this, I think works well here. It's a little bit different to what I've done so far in the zoo. I will do other bits as well, but because it's this different sort of rock as well, I think this does work quite nicely. You know, I'm not against using slightly different things in different bits of the zoo. Right, yeah, here we go. Let's just try and use some smaller bits. Yeah, it's not going to work around there. Let's see. Yeah, so these smaller ones will work, but I'll have to do more of them. I assume it's because it's so close to the edge of the zoo and it's got like a depth to it, which is clearly affecting where it thinks it's going, even though it's not going out the zoo, it thinks it is. Very tricky getting this right. There we go. Right, yeah, so I will get various bits of ferns and stuff in there as well, but I do think this looks quite good. I think that'll do. Yeah, that'll do nicely. Right, then let's come back in. And let's get our ferns going. So I will keep this as a line to surface because I think it does look kind of cool when they're at weird angles. I'll get some just dotted around this edge as well because I think it looks really nice. Get one or two just sort of creeping up out of the rocks. To try and look at these things from all different angles to try and see if they actually look good. It can be quite hard to see sometimes if something's sticking out at the right place or not. So I have no idea what what animal we're going to do next. If you've got any thoughts on that, please do let me know. I have to say, my channel is not doing well at the moment. I don't know. I'm hoping it's because it's summer and people just aren't watching YouTube much. But yeah, people just are not watching my videos. I haven't picked up any new subscribers for a while either, which is a real shame because I was on a bit of a roll actually recently. So that's kind of disappointing. If anyone's got any thoughts on that, again, always welcome your feedback. I'm trying to build the channel. Obviously, it's something I love doing this because it's a good hobby and it's good fun. I love interacting with you guys, and it's something that I definitely want to keep doing. But obviously, if it's not growing, it's not something that I can dedicate a lot of time to, because I do have one or two other responsibilities in my life at the moment, unfortunately. I say unfortunately, it's not really. I have a good home life. So it's not a bad thing, but obviously if this was more of a job, I guess, then it's something that I could certainly dedicate more of my time to. But we shall see where that goes. I want to keep it going. I'm hoping one day I will get some more time to spend here with you guys. But yeah, who knows? Well, I'm just going to get one of these up here, give it a bit of a wonk. There we go, it's starting to look a bit more jungly. Right, and then we've got the strangler, haven't we? The strangler fig tree, which we've been using, which just looks awesome. So this is the kind of thing you want to just have it like this, kind of growing up out of the rocks. Quite like the idea of it sort of overhanging the path, hiding the bench a little bit there. I think that looks nice. Right, this one is a bit trickier to get in here, I would say. Let's see, how does that look? Yeah, I think that looks nice. Let's just imagine we're walking up here. Yeah, you definitely feel like you're in a jungle, don't you? Okay, good. Right, let's get something else over here as well, I reckon. If I can. Excellent, right. There probably will be one or two more of those, but I need to get the habitat sort of finished first. Let's have a look at this waterfall. So I'm kind of working from the back forwards at the moment, is what I'm aiming for. So I do need to hide some of the water down here, don't I? So let's have a look at foliage. Actually, I'll tell you what, I think some of these things might look quite good here. See, there's one or two kind of fairly chunky ones. No, it's not. They're not. No, they're not right. Actually, hang on. No. So what foliage could we use? Let's just think. What have I been using elsewhere that I could actually hide stuff with? So this is bracken, obviously. So I haven't done any bracken in here yet. Problem is these are vertical, and obviously the bracken is not. Although that does look nice, but it's not really disguising this repeating pattern. So I will have to do something which hides some of the wall. So yeah, it's just a little bit too repeating at the moment, isn't it? I don't know actually, if I just come in here. See, I can do some of it like that, where I'd literally just come in and just move this around a little bit. I think that kind of works, doesn't it? Gets the job done. Very, very tricky to try and get all of these looking different, but I'll do my best. As long as you don't have two next to each other, I guess. That's the main thing. I don't mind that. That's kind of looks like it's growing up into the up there over the what's the word I'm looking for? The vent. Oh, hang on, let's bring that back. Okay, we're not looking too bad actually now. Let's just get this one pretty much gone completely. There we go. So that's got rid of that repeating pattern around there. I'll tell you what I might do just here. I might actually just get rid of those, and then actually this one, let's keep a bit on this one, but not much. There we go. That looks a bit better there. Because it makes sense for the moss to grow here, because that's where the water's flowing. These ones don't have the water on, so you wouldn't get so much moss growing. Which, yeah, that does actually make sense. Great, okay, so that's looking a bit better. What else can I do for the water? I don't think the water needs a lot, to be honest. I'm going to do some more rock work in a minute. Actually, let's do the rock work now, because I've got a bit of an idea on what I want to do. So I'm going to start with a rock here. And now I have no idea quite how this is going to work. But basically, I'm going to create an arch, if I can. I don't mind too much if the rocks kind of get bigger as they go up. I think that will just add to the interesting look of it. This might not work at all, and I might get rid of it, but I'd like to try this. So something like this, and then here I'm going to kind of thicken this up with some other pieces. Okay, and then I'm just thinking, do I need just a little bit more here as well? Maybe just make this bit look a bit more supportive. There we go. Just makes the whole thing look a bit more interesting, doesn't it? Excellent. Right, now let's come back to our decorating, and we'll get some nice vines on here, I think. Let's do a bit of a lining, and we'll get a bit of angle snapping going on. Whoops. Okay, this kind of thing. Get that hanging down in the gap there. Where are these long ones? Let's just see if I can get a nice long one like this. Okay, let's just come back and see what that looks like. Yeah, that looks nice. I might just get one more piece actually over here somewhere if I can. Hang it down in that gap there. Yeah, that looks nice. I want to make that hole look interesting there. Excellent. Yeah, I like that. Good. So there's our little structure. Let's just come around the back here, see what it looks like from this angle. Yeah, that looks good. If you're sitting here, that's a nice view. Great. Okay, so the gap here, obviously, between the rocks and the land doesn't look good, so most of that needs to be hidden with foliage, which is fine. We've got a bit of a fence situation out here. I think what I'll do actually around the entrance door, I'll go with rocks, because rocks are a good solution, I find, to this kind of bit where you have, let's just get rid of that, where you have an entrance like that. It can be a bit tricky getting that to look good with a fence. So a couple of nice rocks really is all you need there. Let's just go like that. There we go. That looks a bit better. Yeah, so the honey badgers can't get out because they're not, they're not big climbers, I don't think. And then we've got this little bit here to try and do something interesting with. Then we'll do the foliage inside. So let's see. Actually, let's go to our favourites, because we've got some nice pieces in here. Nice, yeah, bits of stonework. I don't think I need anything quite that chunky. I mean that's probably quite a good one. Let's do some snapping on here. Actually, it doesn't need to be that tall. Actually, I think. There we go. Let's go with that one. So let's pop that down first. Now I wonder if we could get away with a bit of wooden fencing. I do think that looks quite nice. What have we got here? Driftwood fence? No. No, I think let's stick with this one. I think that looks nice. Actually, I probably want it like that so you can see the wood at the bottom as well. So this piece actually, I might just need to replace with the taller version. Hang on. Let's just do this and this. Okay, let's combine them. And now which end do I want to start? Actually, I probably want to start over here, don't I? I want to get rid of the snapping. And I want to start it on here. And then hopefully I can just get it to go along this line like this. So I can keep the green wooden bit on this path line. I think it will look really nice. So it's a very simple little custom fence. Not everything you do has to be super complicated and fancy, but I do want to try and do custom stuff. My next zoo that I'm going to do, I know I'm already talking about the next zoo when I'm nowhere close to doing this one yet, but yeah, I'm always thinking ahead. The next zoo I will be basically doing everything custom is the plan. I'm going to get another rock in there. Which is going to be interesting because I'm not brilliant at the custom stuff, but I do want to do it more. So let's just get that rock in there. Right, how does that look? That looks good. That looks like a good height, doesn't it, for a fence? Certainly doesn't seem like the honey badgers could get out. So that's good. Let's do some more foliage. Actually, no, before we do that, let's just come in here. And let's just make sure we get their stuff in that they need. Food and water for honey badgers. What do we got? Let's give them a food tray. Let's do that over here if I can, like that, so that they can be seen from the pathway. And then let's give them a little. Oh no, they don't need a water trough. They've got actually. Let's give them a water pipe, shall we? Let's do that back here I think that would look quite nice actually, just coming out of there, looking like it's kind of connected in with the building work at the back there. Yeah, that looks nice. Okay, and then let's, I think bed-wise, I did say I'm not really doing beds, didn't I? So probably not, but I don't mind giving them like a little corner over here with some bedding. It's like a little sheltered corner, isn't it? That looks quite nice. And then we'll do some enrichment stuff, and then we'll look at foliage. So there's nothing big in here, but I'd like to get some bits like this in if we can. Get a rubbing pad. Oh look, they're going to go and sleep over there. That's cool. Did one of them just disappear? That might be my imagination. Right, anyway, let's give them another one there. Hopefully these things are going to be accessible. Accessible, yes. Good, good, good. Let's try and give them one of these scented stick things over there near the front where people can see it. Can I fit a rubber duck in the water somewhere? Of course I can. Because you can't have water without a rubber duck. Right, let's give them a food ball over the back there. And we'll give them a pumpkin. And then they've got to have some toys as well. Give them one of them. Give them another foodie thing. Give them a little skittle feeder. Try and spread these things around a bit. Ah, yes, so in fact, there we go. So that should do for that. I need to do a little fence over here, don't I? Because at the moment they can just walk away. So if I bring a fence in like so. Yeah, so there's a bit of a gap under there. So I think what I'll just do there is... Oh no, I can't do that, can I? Because it goes underneath. In fact, that isn't going to work either. Okay, let's get rid of that. Let's budge that right over. I tell you what, if we could just shrink that down to the level of the glass like that, and then the same here. Yeah, that's fine. They can't get out. It looks like a barrier, so yeah, that's good. Right, let's just check their traversable areas, make sure nothing's got messed up. Ah, it says they can escape because I haven't got the barrier in the right place. I should try and sort that out, shouldn't I? Oh yes, I remember this was a bit of an issue here, wasn't it? Ah, there we go. Let's just try and get it right out here somewhere. There we go. That should do nicely. Not that it matters, obviously. But good. There we go. They can go everywhere. Although there's a bit of a strip around there that they can't maneuver on, which is odd. It's where the stone meets the land, so they can't walk across some of these bits. That's just weird. I wonder... Let's just see if I just... Oh, that ball just disappeared. That's not good. Let's just move that up and double check that again. See if that helps. Helps if you click on the animal, not a pumpkin. Yeah, that does help, doesn't it? Okay, let's just move a few of these rocks up then. Because it would be nice if they can maneuver around the whole place properly. Doesn't need to be perfect. There we go, that's a bit better, isn't it? Good. And they can access everything. Wonderful. Oh, blimey, that's our half hour up already. Wow, crazy. Okay, well, we're doing well. I just need to do some more foliage in here to finish it off. But yeah, I'm really happy with how this is all looking now. Um, so we've got our rock formation, we've got our backdrop with all our foliage and our trees. We've done a bit of foliage along here, but more to do inside. We've got our custom fencing out here. We blocked this bit off. And we've got some enrichment items and some food, some drink, and even a little bedroom area over there. So brilliant. I'm thinking this is looking good now. Brilliant. Okay, let's leave it there. So let me know, what do you think of our honey badger habitat so far? A little bit more to do, and then I will probably come back and start some work in this central area over here. But yeah, who knows? The wind will take me where it takes me. But there we go, that'll do for now. So thank you so much for joining me. I really do appreciate your company and your support, as always. And I will hopefully see you again in the next episode. Like I said, it probably won't be this week, I'm afraid. But who knows? I'll see you when I see you. Until then, take care of yourselves. Bye for now.